Hello and welcome aboard WhalePod to another Genshin Impact video. I'm your Captain Whale, and today we're going to be doing a STRONGBOX episode. It's going to be kind of a quick one, kind of a short one, just to do some artifact rerolls, just because, well, there is something I do need to inform you of, WhalePod. I'm your Captain Whale, and Captain Whale is here to announce today that I will not be uploading any videos this coming week from when you are seeing this. That is January 1st through January 7th. And, well, in light of some recent events that have taken place in my family recently, this past Monday from when when this video is uploaded, that would be December 26th, 2022, my grandma passed away, peacefully in her sleep, roughly around 7 a.m. Pacific time on the 26th, and, this week off is due to the fact that by the time you are seeing this, I will already be on a plane up to the Seattle area where she lived in order to begin helping my aunt go through and clean out that house. It's a bit weird. I feel like I already partially mourned my grandma when she had gone into hospice care about a week prior to her passing, so nothing really hit me too much when the actual news came through, because once she went into hospice, we knew it was only a matter of time, and with how much pain she was in at the end there, we were all just hoping and praying that she would go sooner rather than later. So, since I realized my previous video, my absolute behemoth about the Akitsu Kimodameshi, or whatever it's called, event story quest, was recorded enough in advance of when my grandma actually passed that I did not know when I would be leaving for my trip up to the Seattle area to help my aunt go through the monumental task of figuring out what of my grandma's stuff family members want to take, what we're gonna sell, and what's just gonna go into the dumpster we're gonna have delivered to her driveway. So, without any further ado, let's get to what probably brought you to this video in the first place, the Artifact STRONGBOX. I've got about 150, 160 artifacts prepared for this, so not the biggest session. I just am using this as an excuse to let you know why there's not going to be any content from me for any of my series the week of January 1st through January 7th. And who knows, maybe it might go 2 weeks. There is quite a lot of crap in that house, and it might take longer than just 1 week to go through it all, even with myself, my older brother, my aunt, well, 2 of my aunts, and one of my uncles going through it as well. We would have 2 uncles, but the other is not doing too well himself and has, well, we're not worried he's gonna pass too, but he has late stage Parkinson's, so he doesn't really have much manual dexterity these days. So while he'll be there, he'll mostly be for moral support. Now, let's just throw everything we've been generating into these boxes. I would have a few more, but I've actually been using my 5-star artifacts for artifact experience for once. And we're throwing it into Crimson Witch because my Yoimiya still has 2 4-star Crimson Witch of Flames pieces, and my Hu Tao's Crimson Witch pieces are honestly kinda awful. And since she's long overdue for a rerun, I should really get my Hu Tao worthy to be showcased for a character review coinciding with her next rerun. So we are looking for good 5-star feathers and Grit Rate 5-star circlets, as well as any other just good pieces. And because of how small our batch here is, we will be just go ahead and recycling all the bad 5 stars we get into more Crimson Witch of Flames pieces. We do have some 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, whatever star artifacts to feed in for some foddering. So after we're done with this, we are going to be doing a small amount of leveling up. Not too much, because I don't know how much I have. And we won't have that many pieces left to use after all is said and done here. There's another maxed out one, including all the rerolls of the previous ones. Couple more feathers here. We're getting a lot of goblets, a lot of booty. And not the good kind of booty either, the absolute terrible. That is a double crit attack goblet. I know we mostly want elemental goblets. That is a double crit physical damage goblet. Too bad it has elemental mastery on it. Even though Shatter, physical's only elemental reaction, does scale with mastery. What is Shatter, you ask? It is well, it's Freeze's follow-up reaction. Shatter occurs when a frozen enemy is hit either by a Geo attack or by just a blunt force attack. And it will shatter the ice that the frozen enemy is trapped in, dealing physical damage to the enemy trapped inside. We're also going to be taking a look out for good elemental mastery sands here, because I do believe my Hu Tao is currently on EM sands. Yeah, so far I do feel like we've okay, yeah, we've gotten a Yoimiya replacement feather and a couple good crit rate hats. Could probably do with a better one, but at least both the ones we've gotten so far have crit damage substat on them. So, HP, 3 trash feathers, couple HP circlets, crit damage. We'll keep that because it does have EM and ER for its substats already, and it could still roll crit rate. Crit damage with crit rate. Okay, that's a pretty mid flower there. Better, but still pretty mid. If that were rate, I'd probably keep it. There's an Elemental Mastery Sands with HP and crit damage. Both things Hu Tao likes. So yeah, with the whole situation with my grandma, I've kind of been going through a lot recently. Originally the plan was to send me up there specifically for 3 weeks because I don't have a real job right now. And the only thing I am doing at the moment is trying to build the channel. But my uncle, who's going to effectively be leading this whole operation, he runs a pretty tight ship, so he's confident that we could get it done in 1 week, although it might go to 2 at max. And if that were the case, I'd probably stay for the whole 2 weeks, but others, like my older brother, who does have a real job, would have to get back and do that real job. Ooh, onset goblet with crit rate, energy recharge, attack. That is dang good. Cryo damage with energy recharge and crit rate. If that HP were attack, I would lock that. I'll lock that Hydro Goblet. Crit damage, but no crit rate, and honestly, yeah, triple flat condemns you to the being refed. We'll keep that one, though. Energy recharge and crit rate on a crit damage hat. Energy recharge sands, no. HP percent, no, not keeping that. Yeah, that does mean my entire content creation flow will be upended for a week, so if you're watching this and also follow my Temtem Pokemon Scarlet and or Mass Effect Legendary Edition uploads, there will not be the usual uploads of Scarlet Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Mass Effect Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Temtem on Saturday that we normally have each week. I am hoping to be able to return to consistent uploads again on January 8th, but once again, we will see how things go with cleaning out that house. My grandma was not necessarily a hoarder, but she was definitely a pack rat. Like, when I say she wasn't a hoarder, you definitely wouldn't see her on any show like Hoarders, where people live in squalor, surrounded by tons and tons of useless crap they're never going to use again, and even sometimes literal trash they can't bring themselves to throw away. But my grandma did very efficiently pack a whole heck of a lot of stuff into that house. And when you've been living in the same house since 1961, you get a lot of crap in a house. My grandma and grandpa were the original owners of the house where they both lived up until their respective passings. And as such, well, you can imagine it gives you a lot of time to build up and store a lot of crap. So this is our last 10 artifacts worth of stuff. We'll see how many good ones we get and how many we can throw in there with that last sands. But yeah, it's gonna be certain kind of fun up there in Seattle, but it's also gonna be certain kinds of not fun up there in Seattle. So just thought I'd let you guys know why, well, Genshin Impact players are probably more used to my bouts of absence than other series, but still thought I'd let you guys know why I'm not going to be recording or uploading when there's things I could be recording and uploading, such as Wind Trace. Now, we can get 3 more out of this. I'm actually going to unlock that so we can get a cool 4 more out of it. Dendro damage bonus, not going to keep it. So close to being keepable. I might actually see how that goes, or no, I'm not going to see how that goes. But hey, we got enough rejects, we can get 1 more. Alright, that's where we're going to leave the re-rolling portion of this. Let's actually start with Hu Tao, because her stuff's not leveled up. Artifacts time. Let's see how this compares to our new EM Sands. This one does have a 10.1% crit rate on it already, so it might be a little difficult to beat. Her off-pieces are Pyro Goblet, and I'm pretty sure we're going to keep her with that one, because it's got crit, attack percent, and EM on it. I'll also show off right now my Hu Tao is currently on a Refinement Rank 5 Blackcliff pole because my Zhongli is currently using our Staff of Homa. And Blackcliff pole is another crit damage substatted weapon. So in other words, with pole, I don't have to switch around Hu Tao's artifacts at all in order to be able to use it. Whereas on something like, say, Deathmatch, I would need to switch around artifacts from a more crit rate centric set to a more crit damage centric set. The Blackcliff pole will allow me to just simply switch in Staff of Homa when her rerun comes around, allowing me to get another Staff of Homa. Now, Crimson Witch of Flames. She currently is on the opposite of what we want her to be on. Okay, yeah, Yoimiya has pretty booty on her 4-star there. We're gonna let Hu Tao take this one because the energy recharge is honestly wasted on Yoimiya. I still advocate for Crimson Yoimiya over Shimenawa's because being able to use your burst at all is still better than not being able to use your burst. But Yoimiya doesn't necessarily need the energy recharge, so we'll let Yoimiya take this Witch's Scorching Hat. Aside from the crit damage on it and the 2 on it on here, both are honestly pretty terrible specimens. But hey, at least it's a Crimson Witch with double crit energy recharge and double crit. Here's our onset pyro damage bonus. It is close to how good our offset pyro damage goblet is on Hu Tao. 2 new elemental mastery sands. Oh yeah, our Yoimiya's sands isn't even all the way leveled up. Oh, 3 new elemental mastery, I want to say, maybe. Okay, that one's out. Yeah, I do think I am going to stick with this EM sands just because it does have 10% crit rate on it. And I don't have Constellation 6 Hu Tao. I don't ever plan on going for Constellation 6 Hu Tao. Hu Tao's is honestly pretty awful, except for the HP percent, helping out with her alternate scaling. So we're gonna give Hu Tao, neither has crit rate on it, so we're gonna go for this feather. And her flower is honestly terrible, so you're welcome, Hu Tao. Let's actually start by feeding Witch's Flower of Blaze into it. See, we've got a little bit of artifact experience. Not gonna be able to do much. Let's see if we can get this this flower up to max here. Okay, 2 rolls into flat attack, it would appear. 1 into energy recharge and 1 into crit damage. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah, that's gonna take forever. We're gonna just use the good stuff here to top it off. And crit rate. Max roll too, I would assume. Yeah, that is max roll to go from 3.1 to 7.0. That takes adding 3.9 more, which is maximum. And I know 3.1 wasn't minimum to begin with. I want to say minimum is 2.7. So yeah, that's what we're going to do on Hu Tao for now. So let's go ahead and switch to Yoimiya. Let's filter back to Crimson Witch. We'll give her this crit rate hat. We'll at least get it to 16. We get Elemental Mastery, and nice. Definitely better than if it had been ER for Yoimiya, and we did get another EM roll and another crit damage roll. Now we'll just see if we can't get this thing one more level. Flat defense. Honestly, I was gonna say not bad, but that's literally the worst it could have done. Okay, yeah, Yoimiya also just needs the feather. We actually fed the other feather, so, because I'm stupid. So Yoimiya is still stuck here, but at least as far as feathers go, it does at least have some crit and crit on it. And I'm not just going to take Delukes, because 1, it's awful. 2, that's just, making my Yoimiya better at the cost of my Deluke. I'm not going to do that. So, back to Hu Tao, it would appear. After a little bit of fumbling around with the controls. Alright, that EM Sands is going to stay there for now. I think we're going to start working on this Witch's Scorching Hat with what we have left. And that might be literally all we have left. Yep, not even enough to get us a substat upgrade, but, and everything else here is locked. Well, we could use that one, but that's still part of a trying to get a 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Heart of Depths for Yelan, but that's taking absolutely forever because I'm way too picky with my Yelan artifacts. At this point, it might be bleeding over into 5-ever territory. And now, with that bad and very tired joke, we're gonna leave this video here, WhalePod. I have been your Captain Whale. We're gonna switch over to Kokomi because her idle animations and dialogue lines are less annoying than Yoren's. A hallmark of the petulant little boy who thinks he's better than everyone is being super annoying, and both the Wanderer and Xenoblade 3 Yoren, for who I named my Wanderer, are very annoying. But at the same time, they do both have kind of decent redemption arcs, so we'll let that slide a tiny bit. But I do thank you for watching, WhalePod. Do make sure to smack those like and subscribe buttons if you have not done so already, in order to trigger the reaction known as getting more of my content into your hands. Shut up, Kokomi. As always, comments are welcome down below. And with that said and done, I hope you all are having fantastic days, WhalePod. Remember to stay cool, stay classy, and most importantly, stay healthy. And until next week, this has been Captain Whale, signing off.